Earth, are we alone? This question has been haunting us for eons. We have been looking up at the sky, looking for evidence of alien life in galaxies far, far away. But what if alien life is already all around us on this planet? Has extraterrestrial life been hiding right under our noses, under our feet? The true history of human civilization has been hidden from us. What if our alien ancestors utilized inner Earth, the mountains and caves, as dwellings? In order to discover the truth about aliens, we must not look any further than our own planet. Ancient, very advanced civilizations existed before us. We do not yet know the entire truth about human history and evolution. What we do have is stories, myths, and fables of beings and creatures that supposedly dwell in inner Earth. But is there some truth to the stories? Beginning in the 90s and early 2000s, Austrian prehistoric scientist and archaeologist Dr. Heinrich Kusch and his wife Ingrid Kusch made some pretty amazing discoveries in Austria. They discovered a system of underground tunnels in Austria. Two specific places of interest were beneath the Abbey of Vorau in Styria and the Abbey of Klosterneuburg in Lower Austria. Most of these tunnels were what is called Erdstall structure. Erdstall means place under the earth. It's sort of an underground labyrinth. And you can find those all across Europe. Abbey Klosterneuburg, which is about 900 years old, the underground tunnel system there dates back to prehistoric times, which means it's at least 10,000 years old or even older. The tunnel systems that were rediscovered, like so many others across the country, were used over and over again by different cultures. The Romans especially made good use of them and even reinvented them. The tunnels were also used well into the Middle Ages. Unfortunately, most of the tunnel system underneath the abbeys, both abbeys, and other tunnels that were known by the church were filled in with dirt, rocks, and debris. The church had them sealed off as they were deemed a danger to humans. They were filled in the 16th and 17th century, and it took them years upon years to do that. Written evidence by a Templar knight can be found. He tells of unusual looking creepy beings in the caverns and tunnels, and he recommended them they be sealed. The church knew of the existence of these prehistoric tunnels and decided that the evidence needed to be erased. When Dr. Kusch and his team finally began to unearth and explore the tunnel system, they found 3 wooden chests that contained 3 gray stones, and they were highly unusual. They were also mentioned in scriptures and that they needed to be sealed off for protection. When these stones are placed in the sun, they turn blue. When you touch the stone, it turns light blue where you exactly touch it, and then afterwards it turns black. The gray stones can also turn black completely on their own as well, within seconds, and then right after begin to glow from within. When they are placed under UV light, they turn violet blue. And as you can see in this image, the handprint is visible that was left there on the stone 4 months prior. Not much else is publicly known about these stones yet. The other highly unusual discovery was a tunnel that looked different from the others. These particular tunnels were made with incredible precision. They are about 70 centimeters wide and 1.60 meters tall. They are done so perfectly, it just cannot be made by hand. And what's curious is that the surface was sintered, meaning the stone turned to glass, which needs about 1,200 degrees Celsius for that to happen. So one of the possibilities what could have made this tunnel is a laser. But you tell me, if this tunnel dates to 20,000 years ago and beyond, we don't really quite know how old this tunnel is. Could very well be 60,000 years. Where did the laser come from? And how was this tunnel made? There is no logical explanation that a caveman dug this out. Whoever created this specific tunnel system used highly advanced machinery. I believe this is evidence that there was advanced technology on this planet available to humans before. And at some point, we lost access to this advanced technology. Whoever was and is part of hiding this truth from us does not have humanity's interest at heart. Someone wants to keep us in the dark ages. They do not want us to advance the way we're supposed to. There is technology available on this planet right now that has been hidden from us. Maybe it's time we demand to hear the truth.
"12,000-year-old massive underground tunnels are real and stretch from Scotland to Turkey." Is it possible that ancient cultures were interconnected thousands of years ago? According to thousands of underground tunnels that stretch from North Scotland towards the Mediterranean, the answer is a big yes. While the reason behind these sophisticated tunnels remains a mystery, many experts believe that this huge 12,000-year-old network was built as a protection against predators and other dangers 12,000 years ago. Some experts believe that these mysterious tunnels were used as modern-day highways, allowing the transition of people and connecting them to distant places across Europe. In the book Secrets of the Underground Door to an Ancient World, German archaeologist Dr. Heinrich Kusch states that evidence of huge underground tunnels has been found under dozens of Neolithic settlements all over the European continent. These tremendous tunnels are often referred to as ancient highways. According to Dr. Kusch, the fact that many of these tunnels still exist today after 12,000 years indicates that the tunnels must have been both complex and huge in size. Across Europe, there were thousands of them, says Dr. Kusch. In Germany, we have discovered hundreds of meters of underground tunnels. In Austria, we have found hundreds more. These underground tunnels can be found everywhere across Europe, and there are thousands of them, said the German archaeologist. While some of the tunnels are relatively small, some of them measure over a meter in width, there are other tunnels that have been found with underground chambers and storage areas. The fact that these tunnels have been found points towards incredible ancient ingenuity, which is anything but what history books tell us today. Ancient mankind had the knowledge and tools to build complex structures over 10,000 years ago. Evidence of that are the pyramids of Bosnia in Europe and their underground tunnels that go on for kilometers. Dr. Kusch states that across Europe there were thousands of these tunnels, from the north in Scotland down to the Mediterranean. They are interspersed with nooks. At some places it's larger and there is seating or storage chambers and rooms. They do not all link up, but taken together it is a massive underground network. Cappadocia in Turkey is another incredible example. The underground city of Derinkuyu is another piece of evidence which points towards the perfection and long-lost construction methods of our ancestors. The underground city of Derinkuyu is perhaps one of the greatest achievements in underground construction, together with the huge network of tunnels. The geological features of the stone from Derinkuyu is something that is very important. It is very soft. Thus, the ancient builders of Derinkuyu had to be very careful when building these underground chambers, providing enough pillar strength to support the floors above. If this was not achieved, the city would have collapsed. But so far, archaeologists have not found evidence of any cave-ins at Derinkuyu. Other ancient monuments, such as Göbekli Tepe, are more pieces of crucial evidence that point towards incredible skills and knowledge by people who inhabited our planet over 10,000 years ago. According to Dr. Kusch, chapels were often built at the entrances to the underground tunnels because the church were afraid of the heathen legacy the tunnels might have represented. And like many other things, the church wanted to make sure word about the tunnels was kept as a secret. In some of the tunnels, writings have been discovered which refer to these underground tunnels as gateways to the underworld.